So first off, please excuse my appearance. Let me just tell you, let me just like shoot it straight with you. I have tried many times to like do myself up, to like get my face ready, to get my hair ready to do these solo videos. And each time I try to do that, at least how I feel, it just doesn't come off as authentic. You know, the conversation, how I speak, what I talk about, the energy I'm in, it just doesn't come off as authentic when I am trying to get ready and do the whole thing before. So forget the just wake up look. It's 7 a.m. here. I'm sharpest when I wake up, and then my sharpness, my creativity literally starts to die down around 11. That's just like my life these days with, you know, 2.5-year-old, and even though she goes to daycare like a few days a week, I'm like, so that's just what my energy is. That's just how how things are in my life, my creativity. So please forgive my just wake up look, um, presenting myself today, and hopefully you can still tune into, the conversation, the topic, the important stuff, the important things I want to talk about today. Like hopefully it'll still be meaningful and valuable for you, despite the wake up look. Okay, enough time on the wake up look. Let's dive into it. I just want to talk about how easy it can be to feel like you're not good enough, or you are doing something wrong, or no matter how hard you try, you're never going to be, like the best version of yourself, or you're never going to be able to accomplish these things that you see these people over here accomplishing, or, these things that you hear about these people accomplishing on maybe their podcast, or just how they have these really good, like, I don't know, step by step ways of doing things on how they become successful or accomplish a goal, or really feel their best, or fight off depression, or whatever it is, fill in the blank. Like, let me see if I can unpack this a little bit more. Do you listen to podcasts or watch videos or follow certain accounts on Instagram to where it's like, okay, this is what you have to do to lose 10 pounds, or this is what you have to do to feel like you have to discover your purpose in life, or this is what you have to do to um, tap into your creativity and to live your life's purpose. This is what you have to do to accomplish this thing. Like, do you get caught in, here's my daughter chatting, which makes sense because she hasn't gone to daycare yet, but now she's saying, Mama, come here. Hopefully her daddy will get her. Oh my God. I'm telling you, constant interruption all the time. That's why I feel the way I feel sometimes. That's why I feel just scattered, and why I can't be consistent with the things I want to be consistent in at times. The mom life slash entrepreneurial life, it can be a shit show sometimes. Okay. I think her daddy's got her. Back to it. Podcast, listening to these things, these experts, thought leaders, blah, 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 whatever. But yet you're like, ugh, I can't do it the way they do it, or I still don't feel the way that I'm being told that I should feel, even though I'm doing these things, or I'm not getting the results that I'm being told or that's being explained for that I should get, even though I'm following all these steps. And here's what I want to say to that. You got to take everything you're learning with a grain of salt. I'm not saying certain podcasts, videos, even mine, personal development books or whatever aren't valuable. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, as a matter of fact, I've noticed myself personally, if I'm not reading a book about psychology, or about habits, or about behavior, I can get depressed. I will get short. I will get frustrated. I will feel lost in life. I mean, hence the first like 2 years of motherhood. Um, I wasn't reading as much. I think I was listening more to things like podcasts and stuff, but I wasn't reading as much. So I would start to feel depressed, lost, like just a mess. So they do have value because it can be inspiring. They can just be really good reminders. They can give you some guidance and really just help you hear that inner voice, your inner voice more, and really tap into your deeper knowing, which is like in other words, your intuition more. If you're in that space of thinking differently, right? Like it does help in that way, but it doesn't mean that you are a failure if you're not getting the results or you're not feeling a certain way every single day that this book or this podcast is telling you that you would feel if you do these steps. It's just not practical. It's just not true. Okay. So I just want to remind you that nothing is wrong with you. I just think that we take with like too much to heart the exact blueprint of the results if you do these steps to heart. And like you feel like you're failing or you're doing something wrong or you're not good enough if you're not feeling in this constant state all the time or if you're not getting these certain results every single time. Like it's not you. Okay. All right. I think like, okay, to kind of give you like real life example. I used to pride myself in being consistent and on point all the time. There was a lot of pride in that. There was a lot of me, yeah, I would say pride in that. And now that I don't have that freedom to be consistent all the time, that has been a real big hit to my ego. That has been a real big hit to my autonomy, right? My confidence and producing like feelings and results that I used to be able to do. So nowadays, and this is where I'm really trying to like evolve my life coaching for, it like into like now and into the future with new clients that come in, is that it doesn't have to be the same thing every day or like a rigid schedule of doing steps every single day or like a rigid belief that okay, if I don't feel this way every single day, then I'm doing something wrong like or that you're a failure or like you're behind. Like I just think about it like we were in Italy for 2 weeks. I had planned to work out and do yoga every day, like every other day work out and then every other day do yoga. It just didn't happen. There's a 6 hour time change, kids waking up earlier than you're expecting, maybe too much Prosecco the evening before, and you're just like in vacation mode, right? So you're not gonna keep up with your day-to-day life while on vacation. Um, Not at like literally day to day. Now I am proud of myself that I did work out a few times within that 2 weeks and that I did do yoga a few times within that 2 weeks. And then we come home Thursday and for the first time I did yoga like 2 days after and then I did like a good workout, yesterday. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna work out like every day, not to full capacity, and then do yoga like every day too. And, yesterday was a great day, did my workout, even did yoga after. And then like midday, I'm like, holy shit, dude, my body is dead, dead. My whole body hurts. It's very sore. It just feels like restless, like I couldn't get comfortable. I was so moody. I was constantly hungry. And I was just like beating myself up and lashing out on my partner and just really feeling resentful because honestly, I am resentful in some ways. I am resentful that not much has changed with him professionally and a lot has changed with me professionally. Like I can't, like things aren't, the freedom isn't there to do like to work how I used to work. So I am a little pissed off about that if I'm being honest. But I was like, man, my body is oof, so tired. And today I'm like, I'm not, I woke up my kid woke up at 5:45 a.m. Went in, got her, came back, brought her into my bed. We watched her put on her Ukrainian teacher video and I was reading my book and I'm like, this is like I'm happy in this moment. I'm like sitting there like, oh yeah, I should be doing yoga right now. But then I'm like, no, actually, I probably should just be hanging out with my kid in my bed, her watching her show, drinking her milk, and me next to her reading and snuggling with her. Like, why can't that be enough? Why can't that be good enough? Why can't that be productive? And like, why can't I feel purposeful or successful in doing that, right? So I share all this, and I know I'm rambling here because that's what I like to do is like improv, talking in videos, and I do tend to ramble. But I'm like, what's wrong with this, right? I was kind of, I mean, not so much, but like before the earlier years with her, I was judging myself, and I'm like, no, this actually feels pretty good. So I'm just learning how to be more present and proud of myself for the things I am accomplishing and the steps I am taking to eventually, who knows when, to get these new results that I want personally and professionally. And I think the most important thing is like the day-to-day process. How do I want to feel in the day-to-day process? That's my biggest challenge right now. I mean, how about for you? Do you just wish like in the day-to-day, like the process, like it's not, the saying, like it's not the destination, it's the journey, it's the process of it. Like that is very true. And it's like, well, what's the formula to feel good and happy in the day-to-day? Like I feel like I haven't gotten that answer from anybody. Or the answers that I do hear that seem very inspiring in the moment, they don't stick, and I get like irritated in the day to day. But I just think that there is no answer in enjoying the day to day every single day, day to day. I think it's okay to be angry. I think it's okay to be frustrated. I think it's okay to, um, you know, sleep more sometimes or to rest more. I think it's okay to have really good big wins like consistently and then things fall off for a bit. I just think that's like everyone's different. Everyone's, human experience in this lifetime is different. And like, ugh, we can just get so sidetracked or, mind effed by taking everything with a grain of salt from who we follow on, platforms, right? So I'm just kind of like speaking to you off the cuff today. And I'm curious to see if anything I've shared so far is landing for you through this ramble? Like, has anything I mentioned, like, does it land? Like, do you relate to it? And if so, what? Like, do you find that whether you're a mom or not with the toddler, like, do you find that, yeah, I beat myself up. I get depressed when I fall off, or I feel like something is wrong with me when I'm doing all the steps, doing all the things, but I'm not getting the results? Like, do you judge yourself terribly and just kind of like feel defeated when you're not getting certain outcomes that you think that you should be getting? And like where and like why does that happen? Is it something that you read? Is it something that you listened to, that you heard to where you're feeling like a failure and that no matter how hard you try, it's not working? Like share with me the internal fight that's going on in between your two ears in the comments. Like I want to know because I just want to like be transparent and open up that space for you to share the real stuff. If you feel comfortable, obviously, doing that in the comments, like let me know. Because, hello, life coach here for almost 7 years and coming, background history, very, very successful to now like this, coming on like in the wake up look and my kids, whatever. And I'm like frustrated. Like, this is just real life. Um, and I'm showing up this way because I want you to know that this is what's actually going on behind the scenes that people filter out or edit out to bring you their best self. And I just don't have the capacity to do that or the creativity or the skills to do that. I just feel like it's better to come on as my true self. And, some days I will look more put together, but today ain't the day. Ain't one of those days. Is one of those days, however you say it. So did this help you today? This video, what I'm talking about, how I came on, how I talked about things, what I'm sharing? Like, is this helpful in any type of way? And if so, if you feel comfortable to share in the comments, let me know what part. Okay. Let me know what part I would love to know. And I also just want to do a little bit of promotion here, which I find to be very annoying at the end of anything I'm listening to. Um, but it's my job, and I think it's important to share this and promote. If you are interested in coming to my women's signature retreat, that looks completely different than what it looks from a few years ago. I am having my women's signature 3-day weekend retreat coming up in November or December of this year. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be in um, Florida because I want it to be warm, not cold. And we talk a lot about, I mean, if you go back and watch my videos, or if you're new to me, go to my website. We talk a lot about in the retreats, unpacking limiting beliefs, how to really prioritize self-care, how to set boundaries with confidence and do so unapologetically, but also like respectfully. Okay. How to create healthy habits and sustain them. I'm not saying like every single day you got to do the same thing. That's just kind of like a boring life. Like I look back and I think, wow, that was so rigid. That was wow, a lot of like life and joy sucked out of my rigid schedule. You know, that's one of the beauties of having a young child. Nothing's the same every day. So it is frustrating and irritating at times, but it's also like, wow, what a gift. I just don't see that each time. And I also talk about how to really just prioritize yourself and to overcome this identity that doesn't resonate with you anymore, and how to really step into, the truest, most authentic version of yourself. I'm even hesitant to say the best version of yourself because I don't know, that just doesn't sound realistic. But I would say the truest, most authentic version of yourself each day. So those are the topics, the content, the practices, the conversations we're going to be having in this winter retreat. So if you're interested in that, go to my website. I'll put it in the comments here. Scroll down just a little bit and get on my newsletter so you'll get emails and updates about the retreat because I don't have a landing page set up for it just yet, but I will soon. Okay, so I hope this was helpful for you today, my love. I hope that this is getting to the right person, and maybe that's you. And I would love to hear your thoughts. So please share them in the comments if you feel comfortable in doing so. I understand this is online and everybody can see, but if you feel comfortable in sharing anything about what I talked about today, it's highly welcomed and encouraged. Because here I am rambling, because a lot of times when we speak out about what we are holding inside, it actually helps us to like free ourselves up, and just give ourselves a bit more liberation and freedom if we just share what we don't want to share sometimes. Okay, I'll leave it here. See you in the next video very soon. Bye for now.